It took a long time to find a concept that satisfied. And it was about 3 years ago that the idea started to take shape to start an academy, an online academy for self-development. And we named it NeuroSync. And because that's what we do, that's what we as hypnotherapists do. We syncing neurons. That's what we do. We reshape the brain by, when our clients accept new ideas or revive old ideas or become resourceful or make new decisions, the neuroplasticity of the brain actually allows to reshape it. And in order for the brain to reshape, that means the synapses of the neurons, they're a little bit apart, you know, and there is like this spark coming from one side to the other, like an actual electrical impulse. And that's why NeuroSync has the star. I mean, it's also a star because NeuroSync is a star, but it's actually depicting that jump from one synapse to the other synapse, transferring information, and in that way, with the neuroplasticity of the brain, encouraging new neural pathways to form, or ones that are dormant to make more coming to the forefront, more dominant. The way I often explain it, you know, if we in a stream of, let's say, overwhelm and worry, which in the times we live in can happen to the best of us at times, then the highways in your brain of worry and anxiety have a lot of traffic, right? And one of the first things we need to do if we want to facilitate any change is we have to look for highways that are in existence that have a different purpose, a purpose of being resourceful, of a purpose of being calm, a purpose of being sovereign, or, you know, all these yummy good things. And this is why our modality is just so amazing, that we can help our client awaken those neural pathways. And then we, in the session, put a lot of traffic through it. And then we have all these incredible tools in our toolbox for the client to remember this, not necessarily even consciously, although they do that too, so that they keep on practicing. So then, in the ideal world, what then happens is, let me just admit this person. So in an ideal world, what happens, the highways that are so full of traffic with visions and emotions and mental processes that we don't want, will then in time diminish. And those highways that were feeble and fragile, with all the resourcing and the good feelings and, you know, what makes us wonderful, they get more traffic. And hence, the name was born NeuroSync. And the concept that then came about was to say, so how do we do that? Do we make one big handbook for life? Because after 25 years in the business, and I don't know how many clients we have seen, if we were to put our members together, and Arno and me and Brigitte, of course, I don't know how many thousands of lives we had an influence over. And what we found in all those years of teaching hypnotherapy is the side effect that we never talk enough about. And when people consider doing the courses, consider learning hypnotherapy, they are actually, to a degree, unaware what happens for yourself on the courses, how much personal benefit you get, that you actually start understanding, how does a human psyche actually tick? How does this all work? How does this come together? And I mean, I know, of course, it's an old hat when I repeat this, but the clients that come towards the end of the courses and we say, now we need to practice, so find an issue to work on. they often say, I struggle with that. I don't know what to choose. There's nothing really left. So the self-development aspect of the hypnotherapy training is something that we have not uh, explored, yes, but exploited, no. And how do we bring this across to the people? How can we let the world have the benefits that are a side effect of the training that we know so well, so inside out? And so we decided, no, instead of making one big handbook that would probably be, I don't know, too heavy to carry with all the wisdom and knowledge that we have accumulated, we then said, no, what we're going to do, we're going to make modules. We're going to make modules on all sorts of topics. And some topics are more comprehensive. They are actually going quite deep, and it will take you a little bit of time to get through it, but it's super exciting. And some are just one audio that can affect possibly already a change. So obviously, we had to get sufficient material together, and steep learning curves for all of us. Very, very steep learning curves for all of us. And yeah, 2 years later, this is basically the first occasion when we talk about this in public. So this is a milestone and adventure into.